Good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday morning. We are, of course, recording on Thursday morning for you guys, so it really is Thursday for us, too. My name is Christine. I am your average Joe Schmo when it comes to sports knowledge, and I am here to ask all the questions that you guys have at home.
And my name is Sarah, and I just took a bite of my breakfast bar, and I am your self-proclaimed sports expert. I am here to answer all of those questions that Christine has, and hopefully all of those questions that you have at home. I'm recording from yet again another hotel on the road with cold coffee brewed in my tiny little cup. Pretty sure that my stir stick had mold on it. And it's just been a great day. So
Sarah's in Alabama.
I am. I'm in Alabama. I'm an hour behind at 7:40 a.m. and I'm fully ready. I've got to be in the office in 20 minutes. So I'm hoping we can make this a short and sweet episode. So whether you are here today to learn about 5-yard penalties, or you are here to learn Christine and I's big announcement for our 1-year anniversary, welcome. We are so happy that you are here. I don't really know, Christine, when are we going to say our announcement at the end?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be at the end because I think we can breeze through these 5-yard penalties. I do think it's important for you guys to know these 5-yard penalties because you see a lot of them during the games, which is why we're going to talk about it today. But stay tuned because this is a large announcement that you guys don't want to miss. So let's go ahead and get straight into 5-yard penalties, Sarah. I know that the penalties are broken down from offense to defense. So let's start with offensive 5-yard penalties.
Okay, so y'all know this is our football series, and within the football series, we have now broken it down into even further series of different penalties. We have 5-yard penalties, 10-yard penalties, 15-yard penalties, and then spot penalties, which I'll probably go over whenever we review the 15-yard penalties. So that being said, today is our penalty series within our football series. And yes, we are talking 5-yard penalties. So offense, let's get it rolling. Delay a game. It's the easiest penalty to realize and notice because basically there is a clock that is running known as the play clock.
Mm-hmm.
And if the clock hits 0 and the ball is not hiked, the ball is with the center and it is not hiked between his legs, whatever style, to the quarterback behind him, then a flag will be thrown and it is known as a delay of game.
Yeah, you see this a lot. Actually, you don't see it a ton, but whenever you do see it, you're like, okay, the clock's getting down to 5 seconds.
Stop the ball.
Okay, go, hike the ball. It's like all of a sudden you feel your anxiety rising and your butt cheeks start clenching harder because you're like, are they going to get it out? Are they going to get it out?
I know. And sometimes they will. They'll run the clock down to like 1 second. And it's stressful watching it. So that little clock that you see, it's not the game clock. It's the play clock. It's 40 seconds. It's set immediately after each play ends. And that's how much time the offensive line, the offensive team, the offense has to get their play off.
And sometimes you'll see if they just absolutely can't do it, the team will take a timeout so they don't get the penalty. Is that right?
Yes. Good call, Christine. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So that's delay of game. Let's go on to the next one, which is false start.
False start, again, another 5-yard penalty. Someone on the offense, usually the offensive line, so those big guys that you see that are protecting the quarterback, moves or gets out of their set stance before the ball is hiked. So there are like 7 guys that are lined up on the line of scrimmage, and they literally have to be like statues.
Right.
Like you will see false start penalties be called because whenever they like twitch and the defensive guy is like, he jumped first, and they'll like point fingers back.
I know.
But the offensive guy, it's up to the offensive line to really, really, really stay stay still. Thank you.
And you'll see if you guys are watching on TV, it's even easier to see on TV because these people in person, the players in person don't have the line that we can see.
That's true.
And on TV, you can see the line of scrimmage And that's the line that if they even twitch over before the ball is hiked, that's whenever the flag's going to get called. And that's whenever they're going to get that 5-yard penalty.
False start. That's right. Oh, I should say, okay, so the signals, the ref signals, delay a game. This is delay a game.
Okay.
Okay. It's like the I Dream of Jeannie. Ding.
Perfect. I'm going to think of Jeannie now every single time there's a delay of game penalty.
Okay.
Ding.
False start is let me see the Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll.
The Tootsie Roll. Okay. And it's really forward because it goes forward. But I mean, I just, whenever you're dancing, your hands are rolling forward instead of rolling backward. So whichever way that you roll your hands during the Tootsie Roll, just make sure that you're rolling them forward when you're talking false start.
We went over delay of game, false start. Let's talk illegal formation.
Yeah. So illegal formation, this one got a little bit confusing, you guys. I had to watch quite a few YouTube videos and I feel like my brain is kind of scrambled, but the 7 linemen, those big 7 guys, at least 7 men on the offense need to be lined up on the line of scrimmage. And then the eligible receivers. So there's 11 people on the field for both sides at any time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there are 11 offensive players, 7 need to be on the line of scrimmage. And then the other 4 are lined up on the outside of those 7 linemen, and those are your eligible receivers. Now, there are a lot of ways that the eligible receivers can line up. They cannot be on both sides. If so, one of them has to become an ineligible receiver. It's kind of confusing, but as I was watching it, y'all just need to know that if there are not at least 7 players on that line of scrimmage, then it is a legal formation.
Oh, that's one I didn't understand. Like I didn't understand why the way that they were on the field was illegal.
Yes.
So it's good to know that there has to be 7 linemen at all times blocking, right? Is that what you mean?
On the line of scrimmage. So the line of scrimmage is where that ball is placed, you guys. So there's an imaginary line, that line that Christine was talking about that they will place on the TV so that we can see it. The players obviously cannot see it, right? And it runs from sideline to sideline and it starts where that ball is. So if there are not 7 stagnant offensive players lined up on that line of scrimmage, then it is a legal formation.
Okay, so there's illegal formation, and then what about an ineligible receiver down the field? Because that's another one I'm like, why is he ineligible?
Yes. Okay. So he is ineligible because he is one of those linemen that is lined up on the line of scrimmage.
Oh, okay. So again, there's not 7 linemen on the line of scrimmage and he's down the field, which is why he's an ineligible receiver.
That's right. So he's moved past the line of scrimmage and that makes him downfield.
Okay. And also just to clarify, an ineligible receiver downfield is another 5-yard penalty. So you have your illegal formation and then you have your ineligible receiver downfield, which seems like they're both kind of tied together. Although I am curious how they wouldn't call the illegal formation first.
So basically the illegal formation, I mean, you can have a legal formation, right? So you can line your 7 guys up on the line of scrimmage. Then you can have your eligible receivers on the outside. And then, so the ineligible receiver is one of those 7 guys, right? One of those linemen that needs to be lined up on the line of scrimmage. And so it's when a forward pass is thrown while the player who is ineligible to receive a pass is beyond the line of scrimmage without blocking an opponent at the time of the pass. So if they're making a block, meaning if the offensive lineman has a defensive lineman and he's blocking him really like 10 yards down the field, that's not ineligible. The only time that because he's blocking. The only time that he's not ineligible is if he thinks it's like a run play and he's going to go and like block somebody for the running back.
Okay.
So he can, it's usually Only during a pass play, I want to say, because offensive linemen can move while the ball is being run to block the defensive players.
They just have to be blocking somebody at all times.
They just have to be blocking somebody.
Okay, so if they were blocking somebody, blocking, and the quarterback is scrambling because they have nowhere to throw, no receivers to throw to, and he, pushes himself to the side and he's like, I'm open, he absolutely can't do that because that's ineligible. He's not blocking the entire time.
Ineligible receiver downfield. That's right.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. As long as there's 7 linemen at all time blocking, then you will not get an ineligible receiver down the field.
That's right. Yes, blocking.
So
it's kind of confusing. I think I need to post a video. I'll post a video of kind of what it is and a few different scenarios for it so that y'all can see.
Okay, so we've got delay of game, we have false start, we have illegal formation, ineligible receiver down the field. Now there's illegal forward pass, and this is from the quarterback.
Yes. Okay. So, but I need to tell you what, so we have illegal formation. Okay. Illegal formation. Y'all need to watch this on YouTube because I don't even know how to explain that. I've got the, I Dream of Jeannie, the Tootsie Roll. I don't even know what this is. It's like, I don't even know. Anyway, and then an ineligible receiver downfield, you just pat your head.
Oh, I got an itchy head.
I got an itchy head. There you go. You just pat it.
Okay.
Cool. Illegal forward pass. So you will hear when you're watching football, there is lateral and forward lateral. You are always allowed to lateral the ball. Okay. So meaning you can, no matter what the circumstances, even if it's in the middle of a play, you can throw the ball in line. No, that's illegal.
Lateral meaning to the side.
Lateral meaning to the side or back.
Okay.
Forward lateral, the only person that can forward lateral the ball is the quarterback. So the only
I thought you were talking about the quarterback this whole time.
Sorry, no. The only person on the offensive side that can throw the ball forward and advance it is the quarterback, as long as he is behind that line of scrimmage.
Right.
If he is in front of the line of scrimmage, it is an illegal forward pass. If he hands the ball off to somebody or throws the ball to somebody legally, and then that receiver, that running back, whoever catches the ball, whoever gets the ball, then takes the ball, and instead of passing it backwards or sideways, they pass it forward, that is also an illegal forward pass.
Right. That makes sense. And it all has to be done behind the line of scrimmage, right?
No. So the forward pass has to be done behind the line of scrimmage. The quarterback has to throw it behind the line of scrimmage.
Yes. You see sometimes whenever a team is scrambling at the end of a game to win, that you'll see these receivers and these running backs just like passing it all over the place to try to get the touchdown to different players. But you're right. You never see them throwing it forward. It's always to the side to a receiver. It's like a little like chuck pass to the side usually or behind them.
Yep, exactly. And the signal for an illegal forward pass is this. You got a little chicken wang.
I like that one. I don't like that one as much as the genie though.
Ding! That's not, this is the delay a game. They don't do the I Dream of Jeannie, but I wish they would because it would really make it funny.
You'll never forget that one. At least I won't. All right.
I definitely won't either.
That's illegal forward motion. What about illegal motion?
Okay, so illegal motion is, okay, so basically the offensive players, you will see them moving, but they will be moving parallel to the line of scrimmage, okay? So it's called in motion. So a running back, for example, or sometimes like a wide receiver will set in motion and will run behind the quarterback, but he cannot run towards the line of scrimmage. He can only run parallel with the line of scrimmage. So at any point, if he turns and heads towards the line of scrimmage or towards the opposing team or to go down the field, whichever way you want to look at it, before that ball is snapped, illegal motion.
Okay. Yeah, because you see you see actually with every player, right? Or every play, right? Like you see one of the running backs running sideways.
I wouldn't say
that the player that is called illegal motion?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so not every play will you see that a player is in motion, but that is the player that could be called for illegal motion if he turns up the field sooner than he's supposed to.
Okay, got it. That makes sense. That's pretty self-explanatory.
And
So
it's
what's the hand
also,
motion?
yeah, so it's also known as a legal shift. So you'll hear a legal motion or a legal shift. They're the same
Okay.
thing.
And what's the hand motion?
That's it. I don't know how to. It's kind of like a
Uh-huh.
that's, oh my gosh, you guys, like a Nazi symbol.
Sarah, that's literally that was my first thought.
Oh my God, that's terrible. Like literally,
Well,
like what
it's
they
kind
would
of
do.
like they're chopping something in half.
Yeah, chopping like hiya. Yeah, like a hiya.
Yeah.
Hiya.
All right. So then illegal motion, and the last one for offense is illegal substitution. And offensive obviously has a lot more penalties. Defense does not have as many, so we'll breeze through the defense.
Yes. Okay. So illegal substitution, the easiest way to describe it, you guys, there are 11 men on the field that are allowed on the field at any time, period, the end. So you'll see people like on both sides, like sprinting off the field in between plays, so that there aren't 12 men on the field. So if the ball is hiked and there are 12 men on the field, there is an illegal substitution, and that's for both offense and defense.
Got it.
Got it?
Yeah, and that's even if the players don't even run off the field fast enough. Like if the ball is hiked and the person is still running off the field and is not off the field yet, they will get called for it.
So illegal substitution, the sign is basically I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Oh, okay.
Hand over heart. Got it?
Got it.
Okay, perfect. Let's move on to the defensive penalties, 5-yard penalties. And 3 of them are super close. And so I'm going to go over those 3 first. We've got offside, it's singular, not plural, encroachment, and neutral zone infraction.
Okay, so let's just kind of like, what is it, but what's the difference between all 3 of them?
Yeah, so basically offside, encroachment, and neutral zone infraction are all defensive line. So the guys that are lined up opposite those 7 offensive guys that are on the offensive line are the defensive line. And anytime that they basically are over the line of scrimmage in some way, shape, or form, it is a defensive offsides, encroachment, or neutral zone infraction. So the difference is offsides, they're lined up over that line of scrimmage. Neutral zone infraction, they've moved over the line of scrimmage. And encroachment means they've actually moved far enough over that they have touched an offensive player.
Oh, okay. I didn't know the difference between all 3. I knew encroachment was very, very similar to something. And I didn't realize it was 2 penalties that was super similar to. So that's good to know. So offsides is on the defense. All the defensive linemen are lined up on the line of scrimmage, or is it not on the line of scrimmage, but in front of the line of scrimmage? So where they're not supposed to be. Encroachment is they actually touch the line of scrimmage. Is that right? Or they touch the player?
So it's actually the neutral zone. So it's the neutral zone is the space between the offensive and the defensive line. And
it's not called the line of scrimmage on defense.
Well, there is a line of scrimmage. But the neutral zone is, okay, so look at it this way. Okay, so you have the ball, okay? Here's the length of the ball, right? Here's the offense. Here's the defense, okay? The line of scrimmage is here, right? For the offense. The line of scrimmage is still here for the defense, but the neutral zone is the length of the ball.
Oh, okay. Okay. You guys need to watch that on YouTube. I was going to try to like explain it, but you just need to watch it.
So the defense cannot move into the length of the ball known as the neutral zone. Otherwise they will get an offside, an encroachment, or a neutral zone infraction penalty.
Okay, got it. That makes sense. Your little hand motions come in handy yet again.
Okay, so offside.
Hand on hip, okay?
Hand on hips, offsides.
Oh, Sarah, encroachment and offside's the same thing.
Oh.
Hand on hip.
And same with neutral zone infraction. Okay, so offsides, encroachment, neutral zone infraction. The only thing that's going to differentiate is what the ref says. So all hand on hips.
Okay, and what about the last defensive penalty, which is defensive holding, which you see all the time?
Yes. So, and this is different because it's not just a 5-yard penalty, it's also an automatic first down. And the reason is because the defensive holding is usually on an eligible receiver, right? So it's one of those players that can catch the ball for forward progress. And the reason why the penalty is called is because they were held, they were taken out of their route. And so the quarterback could not throw them the ball because the defensive player was holding them back from getting to where the quarterback wanted them to be spot. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. And it's something, like I said, you see it all the time. It's a super frustrating penalty when it happens to your team because, like Sarah said, automatic first down.
It's an automatic first down. Defensive holding is literally just hold. So you are
hand on wrist.
Hand on wrist. You are grabbing your wrist with the opposite hand. That's right. 5-yard penalty, but like I said, it's an automatic first down. So the down's reset.
All right. Well, that wraps up. I mean, we talked through all the penalties, 5-yard penalties. We'll go into 10-yard penalties in next week's episode. But I hope that kind of gave you guys a better understanding of at least the 5-yard penalties and the ones that you see quite often in every football game. However, we're not quite done with this episode because we do have the big announcement to tell you guys. So, Sarah, I'm going to let you go first and announce your big news.
All right, I'm pregnant. Yay! I'm due February 7th, you guys, and I actually have like a baby bump now, which is so crazy.
You guys, she's actually halfway through her pregnancy, so like you're starting to feel the kicks, and she's having a little girl.
Yes. Oh yeah, I'm having a girl. Very exciting.
Yep.
Okay, Christine, your turn.
All right, you guys, I'm pregnant too. And let's just go ahead and say that this was absolutely not planned
by either one of us.
By either one of us. We always joked about getting pregnant at the same time. Sarah told me she was pregnant. I was like, well, that is not going to happen because I'm not ready. Well, oops. I'm pregnant too. I'm having a little boy. Sarah's only 5 weeks ahead of me. And so it's been really fun to have her go through this journey with me. And I'm kind of living like through her journey too, because she's 5 weeks ahead. So it's kind of like she shows me what's to come. So I'm not really showing yet. I kind of have like a little fat pooch. But obviously I'm expecting for that to change soon because Sarah's really starting to form a little baby boy here.
I popped right around 20 weeks. So I'm sure that's
so popped too. I'll be due March 13th, you guys. So we'll be really close together.
1 month apart. So crazy. All right, wrap it up.
Well, we will announce a winner if anybody guesses the announcement right on Friday, so tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But we love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to our podcast and our YouTube channel, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
See ya.